We welcome Zinedine Zidane's Bayern Munich to the CLF Zagreb arena. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the NK Zagreb save. I am Coach Left Foot. It's a pleasure to have you with me. And news is afoot. I mean, we're not very well. First off, we're not in great form. We lost to Juventus, but went through on away. No, not on away goals. On aggregate. And then we beat Solin 4-0, then lost to Osijek 3-0, which was great fun. Byro getting a goal, 2 goals for him. Again, he's not too bad a player, to be honest, at 19 years old, 2.9 million. So, you know, the Croatian teams are bringing in their own little talent. It's really hot in my room. I'm just going to pop the aircon on, live on a video, which is, you thought I would have done that beforehand. And then drew 0-0 with Lokomotiva, which was equally as shit, to be honest. But last time we drew a game, we lost and drew. We then went and beat Juventus in 2 legs. So I'm hoping that a similar thing will happen today. But we are going to place Bayern Munich. But we have, after reading all your comments, made a bid for Manolo Tello. Now, Bayern Munich aren't being as nice with accepting deals anymore because he's been playing very well for us. They now see him as quite an integral part of their team, so they're not going to accept anything that we had agreed before, but we're trying to get him on a cash only deal where we give him a lump sum down and then some over 6 months, number of payments over, I don't know, 36 months or something. But yeah, so we're doing that, and we have offered a new contract to the striker Gigliotti to try and tie him down, get him a minimum fee release clause of 120 million, so it at least gives us a figure that we know clubs will have to pay if they want him. But because we've got 2 games in this episode, the Bayern Munich games back to back, then we're going to crack straight into it. Everybody's fit and healthy in the starting 11 that I want to play. We welcome Gullien back, we have Medina back, Coutinho's going to start up front with Munoz on the wing after his semi-final winning goal. Tosic, Oder, Leonardo, Ferezovic at the back, Tello, Garcia. It's a strong lineup, just missing Gigliotti. That is the only person we're missing. On the bench, Gerbi, Bacoli, Yerena, Alexandra, Vicario, Lekjaks and Vlatkovic as well. So the only place we're struggling for a backup is left wing, but Coutinho can move on there and then we can put Vlatkovic up front. So let's get into the big game. A semi-final of the Champions League. I don't think we're going to get through. I think this is one step too far this season. I think we've got the board are giving us a lot of money. I think this is the season we can go out and really increase the depth in our squad. They're playing a 4-4-2, which, you know, fills me with a bit of confidence. We are traditionally quite good against the 4-4-2. Let's put goal replays back on. We're going to play both of these in extended highlights as well because they're such crucial games. Now Ross thinks we go out there and they've lost 3 out of 5. Oh, they're not in good form. Okay. Let's go and show the reason why all the pundits are right to back us. I do quite like that one because it's sort of like, well, you know, you're not just proving it to me. You've got to go out and prove it to everybody in world football. Both teams coming to this one, we have to show want it more than they do. Oh yes, our under-19s won the under-19s Champions League, which is ridiculous. They're a talented bunch. We'll go and look at that after this game. It was absolutely ridiculous. They beat Lazio in the semi-final. I can't remember who they beat in the final, but it was yeah, unbelievable. The strike force. We'll go and look at the strike force they've got in a minute. It's a Brazilian guy who we bought in. And then Jerry Pavelka, who we bought in from Czech Republic, and it's just ridiculously stupid how many goals those guys have scored. So next season, I think rather than bringing in a new striker to back up Gigliotti, we're going to be playing Jerry Pavelka to see how he gets on. As here is Garcia, ball across looking for Medina. It goes up to Decker, who we know is dangerous. Leonardo has the ball. He's being forced back by Decker. Just pass it square into Oder, and he does. Tello turns against his parent club. Garcia is tackled. Tello picks it up, gives it to Medina. Medina's got runners. Garcia's in, he shoots, and Goals makes the save. I think it's Goals or Goys. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce names. You should be fully aware of this by now. As the ball goes in, toss it to the back post, and Goals, I think it would be, because he's got an accent over the I and an accent over the I, over the O. Has he got? Is that an accent over the I as well? No, it's Goys. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. But we'll get the guys to demand a bit more. 2 shots, 2 on target, 3 shots, 1 on target for them. All going okay. I would rather have the first leg away from home so that you get that one out of the way and you can bring them back to the fervent atmosphere of the CLF Zagreb arena. But the guys seem focused and composed, which is good. We're doing okay. 20 minutes gone, 2-2. We are still playing attacking. Again, do we drop this down to positive? It seemed to be good against Juventus when we went down to positive. We seem to get a little bit more of the ball, a bit more of possession. But 27 minutes gone. It's been very quiet, this game. Oder up to Tosic. Tosic has the ball into Munoz. Munoz will be looking for a bit of magic from him today. If he can get us another Van Basten-esque volley, as it was described in the comments, that would be wonderful. Furizovic crosses blocked, and it actually falls quite nicely to Bayern Munich. Juan Manuel turns out to Herlich. Herlich over the top, and Oder does get there. I thought he was going to mess that up and put it straight into the striker's path, as Boccafoglia, who is their top goal scorer on right wing, gives it to Deretic. Boccafoglia is under pressure. Juan Manuel into Deretic again. Stoffels. Bayern Munich moving it around really well. Herlich in the middle, out wide to Deretic. Deretic's going to get a cross in. It falls to Kissel and goes past the post. And it remains 0-0. But Bayern Munich just getting back into this game. I'm going to go back to attacking because it actually looked like we were playing better on the attacking system to go out there and try and make something happen. But overall, I can't be disappointed with a 0-0. Well, I can because we haven't scored, but I shouldn't be disappointed with a 0-0. I've got to remember we are so far ahead of schedule in terms of the Champions League. As Tello, he forces the goalkeeper into a good save, and Oder can't get the shot off. Tello gets the rebound, ball in. It's an easy catch. No, he spilt it. Medina picks up the rebound. That's blocked as well, and Balletti just hacks it away. But yeah, nervous. They are looking nervous. They are. Let's go and take advantage of that nervousness at the back for Bayern Munich. 1 minute to go in the first half, and we have a Tello over the free kick again. Can he score against his former club? Not with that attempt. I'm wondering if we put Garcia on free kicks. He seems to have a better success rate when we watch them like that. Calmly, we've been the better team. Just keep doing what you're doing, then we'll passionately go for a bit of the old faith juice again. Get that moving. And see if we can create something in the second half. No subs for either team. They're sticking with their 4-4-2. We're sticking with our 4-1-2-2-1. So Munoz plays it into Tello, and we don't see how that unravels. Garcia not having a very good game in the middle. Is it Vicario time? I think it might be. We're going to make an early sub, you know. We're going to bring Vicario on for Garcia in the Mazzala role. Bit of more of experienced head in this sort of competition in the Champions League. Vicario, very experienced for us and Valencia in the Champions League. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Balletti hoofs it away. Decker is beaten by Oder in the ball, but Oder's got to get back in position now as Herlich comes forward, cuts inside into Decker, who's dropped off the front, playing more of a 4-4-1-1. I'll get back to words in a minute because they're 1-0 up and they've got an away goal. Thomas Herlich has put them 1-0 up, which is really, really annoying. 52 minutes into the game. What I was trying to say is that Decker's dropping back, so it looks like they're playing, although it's a 4-4-2, that they're more doing like a 4-4-1-1. But, I mean, Oyarzun's beating his near post pretty poorly, to be honest. Ratinho having a shocker up front, so we'll bring Vlatkovic on as well. What can we do here? Let's up the tempo a little bit, or quite a lot, as I've just done there. Let's... What? Do we go? I don't really want to go to a really high line because that's when the good teams exploit our defensive line. So we'll go with this. I mean, Ferizovic's not having the best. We know, again, wing-backs are so important for us. Maybe Lekjaks for Ferizovic could be interesting. But they have definitely come back into it in this second half. They haven't really changed anything with their tactics, but or that we can see on the surface. But I don't know, we just need... if 1-0 isn't too bad, I am confident that we will score against every team we come up against. So even if we don't score today, I'm confident that we can do it in Munich. But we just need to keep going. That's all 3 subs. Ferizovic now labelled as a wonder kid, which is very nice. I don't think he was a wonder kid when we first bought him. Stoffels puts it in. Boccafoglia with a free header, and Oyarzun makes a good catch and holds on to the ball. But yeah, it's not going the best at the moment. Let's go a little bit more direct. Let's get the goalkeeper to... We'll get stuck in. We are going to go full on in their face now. Let's go to the flanks as we look to get an attack on from the goalkeeper. Just need to make something happen. They're underlapping into central areas according to Ross, but I'm not too sure what to do with that information. As Deletic has the ball into Juan Manuel. Stoffels is there on the edge. Is he going to get a shot off? No, he gives the ball to Lekjaks, who goes straight up to Vlatkovic. Gulien picks up the clearance and Ask Vlatkovic to run down the left. Vlatkovic does get there. Ball across. Medina takes a touch. I couldn't square it. Leonardo will keep the ball in play. Into Gulian. Gulian comes forward. Out to Tosic with a good ball. He can only head it though. It's come back to him from a poor clearance. Tosic into Tello. To Munoz. Back to Tello. Tello with a bit of time. Great ball out to Lekjaks. Lekjaks fires it across. It's blocked. Tello picks it up on the edge. Gulian's there. He shoots and curls it into the top corner. Miguel Gulian. I said I'm confident that we'd score against every team we come up against. And we've got a goal against Bayern Munich. And it's 1-1 here in Croatia. As Tello put out good control from Lekjaks. His cross was blocked. Tello then, I thought it was too far out for Gulian. But he got it onto his left foot. Just steadied himself. Hit it sort of like a free kick really. Got the bend on it and stuck it in, and that is 1-1, and we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep going for them. We're going to keep pressing and try and get that second goal as we get a corner. Tello puts it in. Tosic knocks it down. Medina back post. Vlatkovic couldn't put it in. It goes to Tello. Tello's into the box. Can he shoot? Oh, he could have just stuck it in at the near post, but he went far post. Adair out to Medina. Medina gets around his man but wins a corner, and all of a sudden in the last 5 or so minutes this game has come alive. Tello with the corner. Swings it in, looking for Tosic again. It's overhit. Tosic will keep it there, and Hellerich makes a good tackle. And it's a throw-in to Zagreb, but nothing comes of it. And we have really honked the pressure on. Honked, that's not a word to describe putting pressure on someone, but that's the word I used. We have really put the pressure on Bayern Munich, and there's not long to go. 1-1, they have got the away goal, but looks like we're taking a draw back to Germany, which I'm not too upset about. I'm really not. I think if you think where we've come from to this point, I didn't think we'd win the Champions League this year. When we started going through the stages, I thought we had a better chance, but I'm not too bad. Even if we lose this game, semi-finals of the Champions League is absolutely ridiculous for a club like us. That's a really poor header, but Herlich was offside, so Leonardo probably knew that when he just headed the ball. And that's going to be that, I think it is. The full-time whistle. It all came alive in that second half as Julian got us back into that, and I'm going to agree with Ross. I am happy with that performance. We've got Dynamo Zagreb in the game in between, so we're going to play that, and then we will come back. Vicario has been playing well in his new position. I wonder how much they want for Vicario. Let's make an inquiry. I think it was something like 120 million they wanted last time, and Julian does very well. Look at that, 4 tackles, 1 of 4. We'll just say, I'm going to say passing. Good, he's happy with that. That's good. Yeah, 89% completion out of 52 passes is pretty good. We'll be back for the second leg in just a second. So we're back for the second leg against Bayern Munich, and there's news to be had. We're signing him. We're signing Manolo Tello. He is moving permanently to NK Zagreb for a rather large sum of money. 76 million, I want to say it is. Is it? Where can I see it? Surely, because it's inactive, isn't it, technically? 78 million pounds in total. 27 million up front, and then the rest of it over God knows how many instalments, as many as possible. But yes, yeah, quite a lot. I've also forgot that we've got this guy joining as well at the end of the season. Thiago Azena is joining from Man United. Quite happy bringing him in. He'll be an option to play up front. We'll see what happens. We have also got Gigliotti down to a new deal. He's now here for like 6 more years. Well, that's what his contract is, which is really, really good. We do have a very strong team out for today. So we're actually going back to Ratinho on the left. We're going to start Vlatkovic up front. Everybody else is fully fit. We played Dynamo Zagreb, drew 0-0, but had a really rotated team. Ayazin was the only real starter, and Oder were the only real starters in there. Leonardo Cesar came in. He's been scoring goals for fun in the under whatever it is, 19s, 32 goals in 20 games. There, he came in and made his debut, got in a 6.9, which isn't too bad. Looking forward to seeing a bit more of him next year. And Pavelka came in as well. Yeri Pavelka, he didn't do too well on a 6.6, but 31 goals in 20 games. They are the 2 kids that have fired the under-19s to the Champions League trophy, which is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Dynamo Moscow under-18s they beat in the final. Cesar, Perisic and Basic getting the goals. In the semi-final, Pavelka, Cesar and Parisia getting the goals. Parisa just gone on loan to Istra after impressing in that tournament. But yeah, they absolutely smashed it. They lost to PSG in the group, and that was it. Other than that, it was pretty plain sailing for them, and they did really, really well. as you can see, beating PSG in the quarterfinals 1-0, beating Lazio in the semi-finals, and beating Dynamo Moscow in the final, which is really, really good. It might be worth checking them out, actually, because I mean they've got some good youngsters who scoring. I mean, look at this. Look at the difference. 9 goals, whereas our guys are scoring like 32. It's absolutely bonkers. But there we go. Let's get into the match then. And this is where it's going to be very, very interesting. So Tello is playing against his current club, and he's going to be signing for us very, very soon. We're pushing very high up the pitch. I want us to go and get a goal as soon as possible. We do need that away goal. The pressure is off, but I don't want to say that. We're the underdogs. Go and cause an upset. I was going to say we deserve to be in the final, because we do. It's been such a good season. But let's go and see what happens here. So we'll end this team talk. Let's try it. Let's go opposition instructions straight from the off. I don't normally do that. My players can adapt to any situation. That's not a problem. Any team would miss a player of his calibre. There's Henningsen. He's the guy that scored against us when he was on loan from Man City. As Bayern Munich get the game underway, and I forgot to put goal replays back on because I turned them off for the Zagreb game, which was rubbish because there was no goals anyway. But yeah, let's crack on then with this. We're starting attacking. We're starting with a high line. We're going to try and close them down early doors. Belletti was tackled there quite heavily, but Stoffels picks it up into Boccafoglia. Tello with a good tackle. Tosic picks it up and can't do anything with it. So yeah, we're playing a high line, a high press, and it could be our downfall, but we'll find out. Garcia looks to put a ball over the top. That was crap. As Juan Manuel into Roger. Now obviously losing Gigliotti for these 2 games has been an absolute nightmare, as here come Bayern Munich. Decker again dropped off into that position. He goes back onto the left hand side, ball across O'Dare, really poor header away, and Juan Manuel has put Bayern Munich into the lead straight away, and we're going to just drop this back to what it previously was, because that is not the start we wanted. But we need to score, and we had to do that anyway, so it doesn't really change our game plan. We just have to score to take it to extra time now rather than get the lead, which is a little bit annoying. But with their first shot in the whole game, they get the goal. Lekjaks up to Vlatkovic, back to Lekjaks, into Gulien. Gulien, good ball out to the left hand side to Tosic. Tosic comes forward with it, ball in, back post, Vlatkovic totally frees, hit the post. Oh, and he couldn't put it in, and that would have been the immediate the immediate response to their goal, and I just couldn't stick it in the net, and that is frustrating. Vlatkovic there. Of course, Vlatkovic going to have a bit more competition next season, with Pavelka coming up from the youth team, the guy coming in from Man United as well. It's going to be tough for him. He's going to have to really pull his finger out, as it's all Bayern Munich at the moment. Ball in, it's headed away. Juan Manuel, Rube there again. His shot blocked. Manuel's shot blocked, and Vlatkovic out to Ratinho. Let's just drop this to positive, and we'll see if that makes us a difference, just to keep the ball a bit. As you can see, struggling with possession. We're just kicking them a lot at the moment. And I'm wondering if it's that opposition instructions which is pulling us a little bit out of shape, as Oyarzun has a bit of a flappy hands moment there. Juan Manuel tries to curl one in. Opposition instructions. Let's just clear them all and stick to playing how we play, and don't worry too much about them. But we need to do something. We need to make this difference. We're not controlling the ball enough at the moment. Let's just lower our tempo a little bit and try and keep hold of the ball and make sense of it. Oyarzun out to Leonardo, a bit of time, out to Gulien in the middle, Gulien at the half-back row, up to Vlatkovic. What is that? That's a terrible pass, Vlatkovic. Roux into Roger. I mean, his name could be Roger, but I've made it sound foreign, haven't I? Again, Roger. Tello can't bring that down. Stoffels comes forward, out to Boccafoglia, ball across, Decker with a head. Oh, Oyarzun, what are you doing? That looks so savable as Decker puts it in. Oh man, this is horrible. We can't be dealing with this. Let's go back to attacking. We're going to have a look at half time and see what changes we can do, as Garcia to Gulien, up to Tello. So I'm just wondering if we've got Tello being a bit too reserved, as Tosic comes forward with it. I'm wondering if we attack through the middle a bit more. Gulien into Tello. Vlatkovic is in space. Medina through to Vlatkovic. Oh, he's just not Gigliotti. And that's nothing. It's not his fault, really. Let's go double Mazzala. On attack. Let's get the men pushing forward, as O'Dare picks this one up into Gulien. Gulien looks to turn into O'Dare, but nothing comes of that. Oh, Vlatkovic, you just need that composure. Garcia to Gulien to Ratinho. Ratinho cuts in field up to Tello. Tello to Vlatkovic, into Gulien. Gulien just holding on to the ball. Good ball out to Tosic. There's lots of men in the middle now. Tosic, ball across. It's easy. Such a poor cross. It's really, really poor. And here come Bayern Munich again. Belletti. Back to Boccafoglia, who's their playmaker on the wing. Kissel up to Decker. Decker asks a lot of Pellegrini, but he does keep it in. Ball back across. Boccafoglia's the back post. It's 3-0. And surely this is us done for the Champions League. Damn it, 4-1. We need 3 goals to make sure we're going through, but Bayern Munich are running rampant here. Just that little bit of lack of experience, I think. Tosic on a 6.4, Tello on a 6.5, really not enjoying coming back to his home stadium. And it's been a quick fire treble inside 30 minutes, which is probably going to see us out of the Champions League, which is a bit of a horrible situation to be in. As Stoffel puts it in, it's headed away. Boccafoglia at the back post, and he heads it wide. And now I'm just thinking, let's just go back to what we know. So let's go really short. We'll keep a slightly lower tempo. Let's go back to running at the defence. We'll go a bit standard. Let's go to the fullbacks. We'll keep this as it is. I think let's drop that off. We can defend a little bit more narrow. I think if they put crosses in, that's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Or do we just do the opposite and go slightly? Let's go direct and play at a higher tempo. Let's try and take the game to them. We're 3-0 down. I can't really afford to go to a slower tempo. Maybe a 4-4-2, go and match them up, get 2 players up front, go for a Vlatkovic and Ratinho double up front. We've got Munoz that can play left wing. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Pellegrini picks the ball up in midfield for Bayern Munich though. Ball over the top, looking towards Kissel as Leonardo reads that. Oyarzin then goes long, but that's poor, and Stoffels will pick it up. Medina's tackle falls to Decker. Decker shoots, he's hit the post, hits Oyarzin, and it's cleared off the line by O'Dare. And bloody hell, we're living a bit of a charmed life. I know we're 3-0 down on the day, but we should be playing better than this, and we should have conceded more goals really. As Boccafoglia up to Belletti. Belletti holds the ball, as I've now got the hiccups, which is really annoying. Juan Manuel back to Roger. Roger goes up to Decker. Decker turns up to Chiselli. Chiselli puts a ball across. O'Dare clears it. Falls to Decker. Decker shots blocks, and Gulien hoofs that away as well. And I think we need something a little bit different going into the second half. Let's demand a bit more just before we get into half time. I mean, the guys know this hasn't been good. This has clearly not been our best performance. Ratinho really struggling on that left wing. He's really not got into the game. I'm even thinking, do we go for like 4-3-3 flat and see who we can play? It's just not. It's been really, really shit. Assertively, I'm not happy with that performance. Let's get into the tactics. I'm just thinking, if we go... where do you... Tello actually wants to play there. Let's play our best player in his favoured position then. So let's go tackle field and attack. We'll put you there. Ratinho, try and get a little bit of redemption up front. We'll pop you in here and we'll do Urena for Medina. Swap you 2 over. Urena, I think. Gulien... oh no, maybe you do want to sit in there. Oh yeah, deep line playmaker on defend. That's fine. Urena, we'll put you as a deep line playmaker on support. I mean, everyone's playing pretty poorly. We could do Munoz for Ratinho up front, but we'll leave it like that. Probably makes sense. We still need the overlap on. We'll still keep these as they are. We'll take those off. Let's go a little bit wider. We can pass into space as well. Counter, counter, counter. Let's go to... we'll still use the fullbacks. I'm not too bad about that. Let's go up. We'll go a bit standard. Get stuck in. Get in their faces. I mean, we've just got to try something, haven't we? We need 3 goals in the second half as Garcia comes forward up to Vlatkovic. Vlatkovic ball through, looking for Garcia. It's a good tackle. Vlatkovic gets it back. Tosic with the ball in. Roger heads it away. Urena's there, tries to curl it. It hits the defender. And Pellegrini will pick it up. And, well, I guess you can argue that's a positive start to the second half, but we'll see how the rest of it unfolds as Belletti with a throw in into Juan Manuel. Now, we're going to be very open on the wings, but I can take that risk. We're actually going to do that now. Munoz up front for Ratinho. Oyarzin has the ball. We've asked him to sort of play it to the fullbacks, but he goes long looking for Ratinho. Juan Manuel flicks it on. Garcia into Julien, into Urena. Urena ball out looking for Tosic. Just a great ball. Tosic, he's got men in the middle. Ratinho's there, can't get his header on target. But that's more shots already in the first part of the second half. The key is, can we keep them out? Don't tell me that's a red card. Oh, Jax, you absolute knobber. You absolute knobber. It's going to have to be Garcia, unfortunately, because he's playing the worst. Let's not have... We'll have two deep line playmakers in there and not have a holding midfielder, which could really cost us. Stoffels puts the ball in. Bokafoglu is there. It's 4-0 after Lekjaks gets sent off, and we are crashing out at the semi-final stage, which means there's going to be another season of the Zagreb save. But Stoffels puts it in. Bokafoglu is there. The header is just too good for us and too good for Ayazin, and Lekjaks has... He's not cost us the game, but just as we were getting back into it and performing well, that has hit us hard, I would say. That has hit us very hard. So let's just go balanced. We'll take off the overlapping stuff now. No point in pushing the players to their limits. We're going out. Let's just hold back. We can try and get a consolation goal, but I'm not too positive. I'm annoyed of our overall performance as Tosic gives it to O'Dare. Just go back to the goalkeeper if you have to. Just go back to the goalkeeper. That's it. I'm just annoyed of how weak it's been. I mean, Bayern Munich are a very good team, but we're going to come back stronger next year, hopefully reach the final and improve one stage further as they go long looking for Kiselel, whose O'Dare beats him in the air. Now, the key here is offside. Vlakovic was definitely offside. Yeah, he was offside. The key here is, where do we strengthen? Because we're going to have Gigliotti up front. He's just on a new contract. We've got Ratinho and Munoz at left wing. We've got Vlakovic, the guy signing from Man United, and Pavelka in the youth team, who can all play and support all the attacking positions. We've got Tello, Guillén, Garcia, probably get Vicario back on loan again, and Llerena to cover all the midfield spots. We've got Tosic and Bacoli at left back. I could sell Bacoli, as that is 5. We could sell Bacoli and get a very definitive backup left back in, which would probably be a good idea. But I don't know. It's going to be tough. This will be the last game of this season. I'm probably going to have a couple of days off actually, because I've got a few things planned. So I'll be playing this offline, and then there'll be a couple of days until the next video. But yeah, it's just disappointing to end like this. As you can see, I've sort of given up managing the team as well. When the fourth goal of the day went in, I've sort of just gave up. But which is not the correct attitude to have. But I've already started. It's 6. I've already started thinking about next year. I think maybe fullbacks, a good backup fullback for Tosic at left back. Lekjaks and Ferezovic are very good. Ferezovic's proven this year that he does have what it takes. Let's just encourage them. It's a bit of a nonsense thing to shout when you're 7-1 down on aggregate, but they've showed how good they are. Maybe we showed how out of our depth we are getting to this point. It was a very good performance against Juventus and AC Milan as Ayazin makes a save. I do think Ayazin's the best goalkeeper we'll probably get at our level. We'll keep an eye out, see if there's someone that could potentially challenge him. We do have Gerby as well, who is a good goalkeeper, but Gerby hasn't even been able to replace Ayazin. Maybe next year we have a look to see if Gerby should be number 1, but a very disappointing performance, a very disappointing way to end the season, to be honest. The whole end of season form hasn't been spectacular. It was our Champions League form that was keeping us going, which is insane. But yeah, we lose, we get smashed in the Champions League semi-final. I hope Bayern Munich go on to beat Arsenal in the final. I think we could have beaten Arsenal in the final. That's what's really annoying about it. We'll just give you a warning. Not too much, not too fussed about that. But 10 million we get for the Champions Cup semi-final run, which is good. 28 million, we still got 23 million in the bank for transfers after the big out to Tello. He is joining us permanently next season, so he will be here. But someone I can guarantee who won't be here next year is Antonio Marin, because he's absolutely shite. He's absolutely shite when he gets old. He's dreadful. Imagine that, like 16 appearances, 5 goals. You compare him to like the younger players that we've got playing for us. So I don't know, let's look at Medina. Yeah, 21, 8 goals, 27.43. Like, Marin's nowhere near him. Ratinho's played most of the season on left wing, 7.01. It's just not been very good. And Marin's really struggled in the Champions League as well. But we'll have to see who's here next season. As you can see, lots of interest in our players. I'm going to have a good think about it. We need to decide, Bacoli, is he ever going to progress more than this? Probably not. now might be a good time to cash in on him because his stock's pretty good. We only bought him for 2.8 million. He's a Brazilian, so we can then go and get another EU national in. We've got Parmasevic as well, who's impressing. Maybe he'll be a starting centre-back next year, and O'Dare and Leonardo might sell one of them and get a new centre-back in to cover. I don't know. I like the squad that we've got. It's a shame that we've crashed out in the way that we did. It's a very disappointing end to the season. And an end to this season in the series. But we go again, don't we? We go again and we try and recover and get into the latter stages of the Champions League again. I mean, it's incredible. If you think we only won our first European competition last year, no we didn't, we got knocked out to Barcelona 2 years ago in the Europa League, to then reach the Champions League semi-finals, I think is a very good achievement, and we do need to probably rein myself in rather than you guys and think what's going to happen. I know there's a bit of chat in the comments about this was our year and we were going to win it, but it's not to be. I mean, we've got a humbling Bayern, but you can see form's really dropped off in this last bit ever since we lost to Hajduk there. Really turned it around against Juventus, drew 1-1 with Rudez, that was crap, beat Solin, they're terrible, lost to Osijek, drew with Lokomotiva, drew with Dynamo. We've got 4 games left of this season to really tweak the tactic and make sure it's working as we want it to, but we are going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Disappointing, I know it is. It's disappointing for you, it's disappointing for me, but we'll be back next year with a young team which would have progressed by another year and got a bit more experience, a bit more maturity, and I'm sure we'll have a few more players in there to bolster it up as well. But thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers.